All right, everybody. We're in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Got a fresh coat of paint and a new interior put inside the PA28 turbo, Aero, non-turbo. This is what me and Captain Ed are getting lined out for a shared cockpit. So, got quite a bit going on. We're just starting to get things figured out and working well. We're going to do a little flight. We've got some storms moving in on us here, so let's lightning. Let's get fired up out here before we get struck by lightning. The battery on, we'll get our lights on there. Turn our fuel on. Got fuel on board, fuel pump on. Go mixture rich, prop up. Get fired up. It's getting warmed up. Okay, so we'll flip one notch down on our landing gear emergency switch. Check our flight plan here. We're going to fly out by Tahlequah and then back to Riverside. We're at 4 Foxtrot 1, which is Westport out by Keystone. So we should be good to go. Got the Garmin 750 installed, working good. Let's do a thing here. We'll get traffic on. We'll get our radar on. Let's see, we'll be tracking course 101. About there. I'm going to go ahead and put our heading bug that direction. Fly her out to Tahlequah, see what the weather's doing out there. Alright, alternator on, fuel pumps on, we'll pitot heat, landing lights, excuse me, trim set. We won't use any ATC. Seat adjusted, there we go. So I like this interior a little better than the ugly red. Alright, so we're going to get in some trouble here. So I've got live traffic going. We've got quite a few aircraft up in the air. Oh, it looks great. Yeah. What one little change of the driver setting can do. Get some lights on in here. Alright, props back. Gotta make 25. Mixture back a little bit. course. There's weather, they're in the orange. Ooh. Better level off right about 2,500. Nice. That is 412. Get her trimmed out here at 2,500. So me and Captain Ed are getting the shared cockpit experience flowing pretty good. Last night we had a real successful flight across the switches. We learned a lot about the GPS going across both sides. And then I made the quick determination of 530, which I do not like due to the knob manipulation to get waypoints entered is really cumbersome. And so I opted to look at the 750 for Microsoft and decided to go ahead and make a purchase on that, which makes life a lot easier when you need to do stuff quick and precise on the GPS. So I made my choice. I'm sticking to it. Can't beat the good old GTN 750. And we do have our charts active inside, which will display right on the screen. So we are on our way. We're going to have some great shared cockpit experiences in the future. I'll try to record some of them. So next on the list is getting in the aircraft together and doing some actual cross-country flying. And then incorporate the air traffic control and all that. Alright, so we're at 2,500. I'll go ahead and get autopilot set and get her trimmed. There we go. So I had like I said, I had this aircraft in X-Plane 11, really liked it. It's even better in Microsoft. Even better. Hands down better. Coupled with the scenery. The atmosphere that this thing can produce is just outstanding. There's the OWP right there. So I got a couple other things on the list I want to do. One of them was get that ugly red interior on this thing changed. It was 1970s, early 80s blood red. Found a awesome website with just gazillions of liveries and all kinds of add-ons for this thing. Just got started on it. This being the first GA aircraft that we picked up, third party. wet prop back. So we'll be going right over downtown. We'll go out, was it over Tahlequah? Out to Tahlequah and then back to Riverside. I did an earlier test flight, landed there at Westport. So both Captain Ed and myself agree that you can't beat the scenery and the realism. Look out the window of this simulator. It's really, really all that. Looks like quite a few aircraft in the sky today. This is live traffic. And I believe what live traffic is real-time air travel traffic plus flight simulator traffic. And the lighting in this thing is incredible. That lightning will blind you. And here we're coming over downtown Tulsa. I've got all my controls set up on the right side over here for flying this particular aircraft. Captain Ed determines it's feasible for me to jump to the left seat. Don't know when that'll be. Ooh. So this is supposed to be real-time weather. I need to take a quick peek at the radar on my phone. See what that says. Yep, it's showing light showers moving through. How cool is that? What we like about it is you can look down and know exactly where you're at. Familiar country. It's just too amazing how they've done this. ORU towers out there, Jones just to the right of that. The I-44 bridge over the river. Broken Arrow Expressway. .47 miles on our waypoint, and then we'll come back to Jones. Heavy weather off to our south there. So I had these labels off, and you know, of course, you got the traffic all turned on. There's Tulsa International. Got all the traffic turned on, and you don't see them till you see the lights of the aircraft like that. And now you kind of get a label on there. You can kind of see, you know, that there's quite a bit out here. So that should be their Xbox game names, which I should be displaying one on myself. I believe it's like FO Rexfar 57 or something like that. 12 knot wind from about our 2 o'clock. Another 28 knot ground speed. Tracking 102. Much better in interior. So we'll get this plane going, then we've got the turbo, actually it's a PA28 turbo Aero 3 and 4, 4 being the T-tail. So we've got 3 versions of this aircraft. And we kind of decided to set this one up first, the non-turbo, then we'll probably move into the turbo version and get it lined out like we do this one, and then we'll move into some twins, and then on into some the CRJ, which I've got waiting in the wing. It's quite a highly technical aircraft. Going to take a lot of learning on it. I might take that one setting on into higher performance than quality, because it's looking really good. We just need it to perform a smidge better. This isn't bad. Just look at that view out there. Definitely some storms. A little bit of blue sky off there on the very edge. Quite incredible. And drop these visors down, boy, they really it is cool. I was testing them in the sunshine the other day, right direct sun, and man, it's something else. Like really putting on sunglasses. They just don't move to the side, but that's all right. Attention to detail. This aircraft, every switch works, does something, even the circuit breakers, so we can be doing things with that later on. Temperature is 55, no 65. If I can get to an outside view. I don't think I've changed that. Menu, ATC. Yeah, I have to go back in and redo that. There are those moments I want to get outside the aircraft and look it over. Quite a nice interior here. Hello? What's up? Oh, you got first place? Alrighty. Alright, bye. Captain Ed just checking in there. He got first place at the Fort Gibson Car Show with his Thunderbird. Man, look at that atmosphere. My goodness. Woo! Swap over to the left tank. I like how the lighting changes. My goodness, from a brighter to a darker where the storms are over here. That's pretty neat. See some daylight over here, dark over here. Ah. So next I need to look at a kneeboard feature that can bring in the VFR maps, so you get a better understanding of where we're at. This is supposed to be showing roads and such, but I'm not seeing them. I guess that is. No, that's not. That's course. "22 miles to our waypoint, and we'll do a hard turn back to the right, head back to Jones. So we need to be squawking 1200. Bring up ATC, we get ready to go into Jones, we'll get an ATIS. My pilot to ATC is supposed to work in this. I haven't got it going. I've been playing around with the default ATC, which isn't too awful bad. Just don't have to do anything verbally. Wow, just look, it's dark over there, and it's sunshiny over this way. Man, I don't think we want to fly through that cloud. Ooh, look at them storms. Little spot where the sun's shining through down there. So the weather is dynamic, so what you're seeing in the real world and fronts and all that and movement of fronts is actually occurring in the simulator. I have not spent any time at high altitude. Gone up a few times, you know, looked really, really good. But the trees and the way it's all laid out, just it's immaculate. Satellite scenery. Got about 11 miles. We'll be over Tahlequah, making our turn. Getting in a little bit of hills. So now we can easily go on to our next waypoint. Hard to do that on the 530 that quick. Storms are over to our left. So last night we got into the G530 and I brought a flight plan into the shared flight, which he could not see. But then deleted that plan off my side, and then between both sides we were able to enter waypoints and all that. So that tells me that I can create a flight plan, import it into the GPS, email it to Ed, he can import it into his, and then we'll have the same plan already put in. Or we can just do little flights. But when it comes to a lot of waypoints and stuff like that, it's going to be easier to just share the flight plan file across email for getting into the flight quicker, other than sitting there for 30-45 minutes programming the in this case the Garmin, so let alone an FMS on a commercial style flight. A lot of traffic today. Didn't realize how much there really was till I brought the tags on just to see them. Don't know if I'll leave that on permanent or not, but you can see the other aircraft, you know, when they're close enough, you can see their lights, and their beacons, and landing lights and nav lights. So you just don't know who they are. And of course, I can't tell you if that's, you know, a real world flight via what FAA is seeing up in the air versus simulator pilots in the air. I've got both of them activated. You should kind of tell by the names. about 28 miles from our point, and then we'll be real close to Riverside. And I don't know if I can pick up the radius out here or not. Let's try. There it is. Our volume's up.
Departing runway 19er left and runway 19er right. PSR aircraft, redirection of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Quebec. Riverside Airport information Romeo 20000. Wind 155 at 11. Visibility 3. Side conditions. Few clouds at 1,100 feet. Few clouds at 4,100 feet. Few clouds at 12,200 feet. Temperature 22. 2.10. Altimeter 29.89er. Visual runway 19er left and visual runway 19er right in use. Landing and departing runway 19er left and runway 19er right. PSR aircraft, redirection of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Romeo. Riverside Airport information Sierra 20000 Zulu. Wind 155 at 11. Visibility 3. Side conditions. Few clouds at 1,100 feet. Few clouds at 4,100 feet. Few clouds at 12,200 feet. Temperature 22. 2.10. Altimeter 29.88. Visual runway 19.
Riverside Tower Piper Golf, Bravo Golf Kilo Uniform is 26 miles east 2,500 feet with Sierra to land. Piper Golf, Bravo Golf Kilo Uniform Riverside Tower. Altimeter 29.89er, wind 155 at 11. Make left downwind runway 19er right. Make left downwind runway 19er right, Piper Golf Kilo Uniform.
We'll go direct Haxid. We're going to Wooks it. There we go. So they're landing on runway 19 right. They told us to do a left base, so we'll come in and hit the Wuxit waypoint, hard left turn to 19 right. There's some low clouds of rain over there. Yep, it's rain. See that on radar right there. Cool. Might get our wing wet. The wind is from our 7 at 13 knot, pushing us with 147 on a ground speed. Let me slow that down a little bit. Yep. Now, let's watch and see right here if that storm moves over and touches that line on its own. It's moving. How neat. There, see, it moved. The course has not changed. And right here, the storm moved. So that weather is dynamic. All right. I'm gonna get a raindrop here in a minute, folks. Airport should be up there about our 11 o'clock. It should be the Muskogee Turnpike down there. There's ORU. Getting rain yet? Come on, give us a raindrop. Okay. We'll go ahead and stick with our intent here to fly to the Wuxit waypoint. Come on in that way. I'll go ahead and come off autopilot. There. Roll the course needle right there. Be about, let's see, that's 45, about a 70-degree turn, 60-degree turn. Let's get her slowed down and get the flap out. Drop down to about 1800. We can do flap one. Go ahead and bring our mixture up, props up. Fuel pump on. We'll stick to the waypoint. Fuel tank's on the left. Up 2, gear down. Bumpy little light ride in. Looks like we got us a glide slope. And to see if we got a localizer. Nice. The wind is from about 10 o'clock at 9. Dip that left wing, a little bit of right pedal. Yep, we got localizer. That's full. Alright, gear down, mixture full, prop full, flaps full, fuel pumps on. Clearance to land. Up here. Little slow.
Piper Golf Kilo Uniform turn, next taxiway. Piper Golf Kilo Uniform contact ground on 121.7. 121.7 Piper Golf Kilo Uniform. Riverside ground, Piper Golf. Bravo Golf Kilo Uniform taxi to parking.
Piper Golf. Bravo Golf Kilo Uniform taxi to general
by taxiway Charlie Piper Golf Kilo Uniform.
Over to the right. That's so good. Alright, parking brakes on. Like the idle. Yeah, that was cool. It's logged. All right. Lots of good things to come. Thank you for watching.